All right, check one, two. Check one, two. Are we live? Are we actually alive? Have to have a quick meal with family. Okay. Before you go, thanks GNG for the sub or not the sub, the membership. Thank you. You were quick on that. You were quick on that, but I have to explain something first on what the heck happened here at the start of the stream. So let me just show exactly what I saw. So let me see. So this wasn't the first time today that it crashed, but it only started today, and I think I have an idea why this happened. But there's the crash that I got. I don't know if you can see the error code on this one, but apparently I got a stop code IRQL, not less or equal. I do not know what that actually means. Either I don't have enough RAM or I don't have enough CPU. But here's the thing, I have 64 gigabytes of RAM. It can't be the RAM. So what could this be? What could this be? Could this be possibly be a graphics card issue? I don't know. It crashed the entire thing. Twice. Once before the stream, and once as I was starting stream. And I think I have an idea why this happened. I was trying to do a setup with the with the OBS on having two cameras. I was actually gonna try to use two cameras today for today's stream, but if that is the case, that it is actually crashing the whole system down for whatever reason, I am just gonna have to not do the second camera for stability's sake, and probably I don't why would a second camera even do that? I guess at that point I would need a second PC to do a second camera. That sounds so weird. That sounds so weird. But yeah, if I crash a third time today, you will know why this happened. Hey Salty, welcome. Welcome. I'm explaining what happened right before the stream started and right as uh the first trying to go live of today happened. I can't seem to get out of trouble. And if anyone knows what the stop code is, please let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to do research on myself later. But I have a feeling this might be a graphics card or a CPU issue. The IRQL, not less or equal. I've never seen this before, but literally my entire computer shut down and restarted twice. So it's like, what the heck? What the heck is going on? But like I said, I got rid of the second camera I was trying to set up on OBS, which may have triggered it. I don't know why it would, but I'm not taking any chances. So, one camera, like usual, for the hand cam portion of this stream. And before we get into all the nitty gritty membership stuff, let me say thank you all for 4 years on this channel. I can't actually believe it's been 4 years. We actually started. What was it? Uh, Either September 17 or September 19, 2020. So like kind of sort of at when the pandemic was started. I mean, I feel like there were a lot of streamers that started around that time anyway. But yeah, thanks for 4 years. I'm not sure how I made it this long, but we also managed to open memberships in 4 years, which is not something I ever thought would happen. Um, like it's a small step, I guess, comparatively to some people. But you know, I'll take what I can get. I'll take what I can get. But all the membership stuff is open for anyone who wants to do that. But I will explain all the little bits and details about that later. First things first, before we get into that, because part of this stream is also doing a potluck and not a Windows diagnosis error thing. Okay, I don't think I've actually turned on one camera. So if we crash in about 5 to 10 minutes after I turn on the camera, you will know why ahead of time. So let's turn on one camera. The other camera will not even be plugged in because I don't want to take that chance. But it worked in testing. It worked in testing, so I don't know why it would do that again. Camera, are you awake? Are you awake, camera? Or am I gonna have to wake you up? Oh, wait, are you? Is it because you're on the wrong line? No, that's not why. Well, you're connected. You're connected, hopefully properly. Do I have to deactivate and activate? But you should be working. Why is it in red? Okay, hold up. The hand cam is not working. Turn off. Turn on. Are you awake now? Are you awake now? Deactivate, activate. There we go. And now we set the timer for when I may crash. So, well, I think the camera just timed out after I disconnected it from the power, which not the power, but from the USB that makes it into a webcam instead. So that's understandable, and it does that normally. Maybe I just kind of forgot how to do it. Anyway, before we get into the nitty-gritty stuff today, let me introduce to you what we're going to be doing for the hand cam portion. Just so the hand cam portion might actually take a little while, so might as well set that up before we get into the other stuff. Let me move the mic and sec. Okay. All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Let me move the chat too so I can see that. I'm not in front of the mic. I'm kind of like way to the side of it. So hopefully you can hear me. All right. Let's see. That's on. That is on. That is on. This should be working. This should be working. All right. All right. Oop. Might be some feedback. Just a second. Right there. Okay. So a couple of months ago, I was, what do you call this? I was trying to get some more MREs to do reviews on stream. I may have told the story before, but it has something to do with this one in particular. So this was one of the MREs I tried to get from a previous shipment. However, the customs confiscated one entire MRE. I got two this time. Got a little greedy. But they confiscated one entire MRE and slashed open this other one. Now, what did they take from this? They took the lamb and rice and lentils from this field ration pack. And I'm not sure if lamb in particular is banned in customs, but they took it anyway, even though technically speaking, there is a clause, there is an article in the law where anything cooked, any meat cooked under 1 pound total is fine to transport for personal use, which this was. However, they may have gotten a little bit overzealous during the screening process and the checking process. It's a random search unless they use some sort of x-ray or dogs to sniff it out. So I'm not exactly sure how that works exactly, but I think it's mostly a random search. It's fun that there's a 50% chance that it will be banned. Yeah, it's more or less a 50% chance. But it's more like, will it happen, will it not happen? You never know. You never know. So let me show you what is left in this field ration really quick. So this is supposed to be the, I want to say this is the Swiss or Finnish. It's either Swiss or Finnish. It looks like one of our previous field rations. To be perfectly honest, Norway. Norway. This is a Norway field ration. Um, so we are lambless. However, we still have this lovely wooden spoon, it feels like. We also have this peppermint chewing gum. Somehow they kept the blueberry protein bar. That might be actually kind of nice. I'm not gonna try everything here for today. I just want to showcase what's in here, and if I feel like I have an extra stomach for this, then we'll do that. But this one, I think it's a hard candy. It looks like raspberry hard candy in these ones. Drops Fabriken. Yeah, okay, so this is raspberry. This is a raspberry hard candy. And we also have a lemon energy drink powder that we can make into stuff. And disinfectant swab. That's what they left me with. That's what they left me with after they took the main meal from that pack. And there was another one that was supposed to be from New Guinea. I've never seen a New Guinea ration before, so I decided I wanted to try it. And it was nothing outrageous. It was just chicken curry, but they took the entire thing. So it's like, okay, well, okay. So they took the entire chicken curry ration and went ahead and complained to the what do you call this? To the company that this and this happened, and then customs has this paper slip in the package, and whenever customs opens a package, they wrap the box in this has open bin customs tape, something to that effect. And they saw all that and decided, okay, you know what? We'll either give you store credit or we'll give you something else. So in that case, they gave me something else. What they gave me were these two. Now, I don't remember which Chinese ration that we've had last time, but this is we have two more Chinese rations. These are two different menus. However, the only difference between these two is the type of rice. I think one is chicken fried rice and another one is either curry or garlic fried rice. I don't exactly remember. Now, for this stream, we will not be using the rice from this package because I want to make a hot pot. Now, if there is some leftover soup, then I will use the rice from these packages. What I will be using from these, though, is the meat portion, which are beef. Now, the beef is normally heated through a water-activated heat pack. We are not going to do that. We're gonna be doing something else. We're gonna do the hot pot thing. We're gonna take the meat out, and we're gonna put the meat in the hot pot. That's it, basically. That's it. So yeah. Despite all that security of all sorts of crazy stuff, yeah. I mean, customs is customs and TSA is TSA. They're two different things entirely. Are these the type of rations that send one ration reviewer straight into a long month's hiatus? I don't know. But we've had Chinese rations before. We've had one Chinese ration. I was totally okay. I was totally fine after I ate that thing. Actually, it was one of the best rations I've ever had. Really tasty, really flavorful. Surprisingly, really flavorful. So I can't complain about that. And I didn't get sick. And I ate the entire thing. So, but yeah, we're gonna use part of this ration for ingredients on the hot pot. I might even use a dried soup from this to add to the soup to the hot pot, now that I think about it. There are a couple of side dishes like pickled veggies and soy soaked quail eggs. The quail eggs were okay. I'll probably eat the extras on my own time, but I think the main thing I'm gonna get from here are the beef and the soup, and if I feel like it, also the rice. The rice was okay. It was like, even after heated, the rice felt kind of hard, but it's still edible to a degree. There was one guy, many rations, over 100 years old. The first Chinese ration he tried disappeared for like 5 months. Um, I haven't run into any like super old 100-year-old rations. I don't think I would have the money to even try to do that. But that's not off the table for the future if I feel like it. But this technically might be the last rations for a long time, just because of how insane the chances of getting confiscated by customs can be. So that's basically that portion. Let's see, what else? What else? Uh, but yeah, this might be the last rations for a while. Anyway, so these are what we're gonna work with. There's also, so we're gonna do a tiny little hot pot with this. So I got my pot here. I got my pot here ready to go. So let me hook this up. We're gonna put some water in here so I can start boiling, gonna start heating. And we're gonna be using this noodle pack for the hot pot. Now technically I think this is just one gigantic noodle pot. According to the instructions back here, you're supposed to use a pot, a heck ton of water, more water than you would normally use for a regular bowl of noodles, and mix everything in here, eat it from the pot. Now, is that technically hot pot? Probably not. To be honest, probably not. But I kind of want to try this anyway, and this is something I got for myself to try, because I like to try different kinds of noodles and snacks that I find on the internet, and this was like one of them. It's like, okay, you know what? Let's give this a try. So that's gonna go in here, along with the Chinese ration meat, and I also have some tofu skin. I got a lot of tofu skin when I got this also, and the tofu skin is absolutely good. I got. If you haven't never had tofu skin before, it's like it's like the weirdest texture, but it soaks up also a lot of flavor from the broth, and it's great. It is absolutely great. So we're gonna get this started. Okay. I'm almost maxing out the number of things I'm plugging into this strip, so I'm hoping. Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, the webcam issue for the second camera, I wonder if it's because I'm using what is equal to 1080p on this main camera, and then on the secondary camera, it was at 4K. You think that might be the issue because I set the second camera to 4K? We don't need 4K, but maybe I could tone it down to 1080p for a webcam quality, or maybe even 720p. I'm gonna have to try that off stream. We're not gonna try it on stream. I don't want to risk another crash. So, let me get all this stuff in here. But yeah, so it says here 750 to 800 mLs of water. You're supposed to have the noodles in there as well as all the other seasonings. I think I'll put the noodles later. I want to make sure the meat and stuff heat and cook first before I do that. But it seems like okay, oh, that's paper. So here are our ingredients. A pretty small thing of noodles. I have 2 packs of these. If I have to use a second pack, I will. We also have some of these dried veggies, so that's gonna go in there. Dried veggies. And I think this is soy sauce in here. That's gonna go in later. This is paste. Some sort of sesame paste, I'm gonna guess. Chili powder, that's also gonna go later. I think these are not exactly dried mushrooms. But I say mushrooms, I think, and it feels like pickled, possibly pickled. Ah, not enough mushrooms to worry about, but we have 2.5, maybe even less than half mushrooms. Not gonna lie, it looks a little sus, but that's the risk I'm willing to take. Okay, I was just making sure the expiration date was good here. It's like, wait, 2/28/2024? Is that the manufacturer date or is that the expiration date? I think that was the manufacturer date. I'm hoping it's a manufacturer date. Otherwise, this is several months. This will be several months expired and cause for me to worry a little bit. Well, we'll see. Anyway, water. Okay. First cup. Second cup. Nope. Yeah, I feel like it was the 4K on the second camera that killed it. It would make so much sense. It's like, hey, graphics card, try to run 4K and 1080p at the same time. And graphics card says, are you kidding me? You want me to run both of these cameras at the same time, live feed? Are you crazy? Nah, I'm gonna quit and crash the entire PC at the same time. I think that's what actually happened. It would make so much sense. Okay, I think this is sesame paste or some other. Oh wait, it's some kind of paste, some kind of mystery paste that we'll just have to take the word of whatever this is. Here's a Chinese for anyone who wants to try to read it. Let's see. Soy sauce is later. This is spices. So I think I have. Oh, there's a pepper spice. There's a pepper paste. Pepper paste. I guess we can put that in now. Yeah. Pepper paste does not look very good, but this, keep in mind, these things probably have a lot of oil to keep together. So there is that. Soy sauce. Do I put that? No. Wait. It looks, I don't know, I'm looking through the light and it seems like it might be sesame oil instead. But the Chinese here looks like it's soy sauce instead of sesame oil. Either way, that's probably gonna go in. Let's see. Nope, it's definitely sesame oil. It was, I knew it looked too clear for that. Okay, let's make this up a little bit. Mix this up. The mushrooms are here. We don't have nearly enough mushrooms on this. I do have a couple of what do you call this? I do have a couple of, set them low, of tofu skins, but I don't know if I should put them in now or later. I don't think you can overcook tofu skin, but the longer it is in there, the more things you can soak up. So let's put the tofu skin in. Let's put that in here. Let's put 4 for now. And I only have 6 in here, so let's do all 6. Do all 6 and the remainder. I do have another tray of tofu skin, but we probably don't need more than this. Noodles can actually probably go in, but I want to put the meat in next. Now we can just remember which one is the meat and which one's the rice. Oh, wait, no, that's pretty easy to figure out, I think. Sorry, it's gonna be off camera because I don't have space here, and I don't have a secondary cam I can use. The secondary cam would be fun, I feel like. Let's see, is this rice? One of these things is rice, one of these things are not rice. Yeah, I have all the other side dishes, but not this one. Let's see, put that to the side. Wait. This is the rice. This feels like it's... No, is this the rice? Well... I can't tell if this is rice or... Nope, it feels like rice. This feels like rice. So that's not the meat. If there's no meat here, I may have to grab some meatballs for the meat on the hot pot. Hot pot without meat is kind of sad. Yeah, I'm not seeing any meat in that one. Let me try a different one. We might only just have one thing of meat. Please be not rice. And this also feels like rice. So where is the meat? I think the meat might be elsewhere. If there is any. Okay. Let me feel it. This is pickles. This is soup block. I have no idea what this is. These are the quail eggs. So it's none of those. This feels like some kind of sauce, but I don't know what. I don't, oh jeez, okay. I don't think there's any meat in here. I'm gonna have to figure what these are later. I thought these had meat. Unless the meat was taken out, like, that can't be possible. Because the meat's usually packed in with all of this stuff. Okay, I'm gonna have to grab some meatballs. Be right back, really, guys. Be right back, really quick. Grabbing the meatballs. Let me put a text here. Where is said text? Grabbing. Getting some meat. Getting some meat. Be right back. Be right back. am back. I am back. Let's see. Okay. So we have some meatballs that I had to pry from a styrofoam. So that took a little while. And now we're just gonna drop it in. Just gonna drop it in right there. I feel like 6 is enough. I feel 6 seems more than enough. I'm just gonna let that cook. Alright. And actually heat this up a little bit. Okay. We're gonna let that go. And I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with the rest of these ingredients later. While that is cooking, let me explain what's going on with this membership stuff. So shrink this. I'm gonna come back to the desk. Hey GNG, welcome back. I couldn't find the meat from the MRE, so we're using meatballs instead. And we still have a pack of noodles to put in later, but we're gonna start with this first, and then noodles will come later. I do feel like I only have rice in those things though. So, oh well. Okay, let me mute. And we're back. Noise gate is on. Hopefully that's okay for now. I'm gonna keep an eye on this pot over here. Hopefully it doesn't boil too much. How long do you think meatballs need to boil? I'm guessing like, I mean, ideally the meatballs would be baked or grilled before I put them in there, but we don't got that kind of time. So you think 30 minutes would be nice? Hey, Leonardo, welcome. Live in real life. Yeah, we have a meatball and tofu skin hot pot going on. We have some noodles. That we're gonna add in later. But the original plan though was to put some MRE meat in here, but I couldn't find the meat from the MRE packages. So yeah, that's gonna have to be. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Yeah, these some thick noodles. I mean, look at this package. Hold on. Let me show you the packaging. This is what the packaging looks like. It's supposed to be thick. It's supposed to be some super thick. I think thick noodles are underappreciated. Like, I know we like udon, we like ramen and all that stuff, but thick noodles hit a little bit different. Tofu? I do have some tofu. It's soft tofu though, and but tofu takes a little time to prep, and I didn't do that ahead of time, so no tofu for this one. We have tofu skin. It's close enough, and if I needed some more tofu skin, then I can add some more to that later. I think I need to put a lid on this one. It's not boiling as fast as I want to, but then again, I guess if you have this in a restaurant, then this is fine. I just need to turn the heat up a little bit so that it actually boils. I don't think the heat's moving at all. So yeah. Tofu is almost a rarity in Brazil. Oh, that's what you meant. Is it really? I mean, I guess tofu is not generally found outside of Asia or even Asian cuisine. I guess even rarer in South America, though I guess if you look hard enough, you might be able to find it in some parts of Europe. Like I said, Asian cuisine. The food's not even cooked yet, but it does look pretty great, doesn't it? The food looks pretty great. Okay. Let me also put up the Ask Me Anything. I mean, you guys can ask me questions anytime anyway, but I'm just gonna put it here, formally speaking. Formally speaking, Q&A. Ask me anything. AMA. And doesn't answer. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean I'll answer it, but just AMA. Oh crap! I think live chat. I may have. Not a big fan of Asian food because you don't like fish. Uh I mean the whole. I mean not most of Asian food's not even fish. There's a lot that is seafood and fish stuff, but most of it is either pork, chicken, some beef. Veggies are quite a bit. What makes a game stand out to me? I feel like this is kind of a broad answer from my part. Creativity. I like to see a little bit of creativity in game design, a little bit of creativity in the story. Um, if you tick those boxes off, it makes me want to look at it a little bit more. Like I know there's something to be said about standard gameplay and stuff like that that people keep going back to, I guess. But we don't want something like Pokemon for 10 plus generations. It's basically the same gameplay with nothing else changing. You get what I mean? So that's why I feel like indie games tend to scratch that itch, and why I kind of like looking into them. Now, the Atelier series, not an indie game, not an indie dev at all, but it does also have that creativity that you don't see in most mainstream games, if you know what I mean, right? Right. Anyway, I like all that pork, chicken, veggies. Yeah, those, yeah. I mean, don't eat too much pork. Apparently, that's bad for you if you have too much. Wait, hold up. Let me. This thing is. Okay. I just want you to simmer. I just want you to simmer. Do not overboil. I may have to lower the heat a tiny little bit. This should be okay. This should be okay. And I'll keep talking while this thing cooks. Hopefully, it'll be cooked enough by the time I'm ready to taste it. It smells good in here. It's like it's got spices. It's got mystery Chinese paste, and then there's the spicy paste, and then there's some other stuff in there. I probably should have saved the sesame oil for last, but I thought it was soy sauce. But then again, yeah. Anyway, so yeah. Right. What was I going with this? Let me back up from the very beginning. Thank you all for the 4 years on this channel. We opened up in September 19, I think, September 19, 2020. And we could have done the celebration yesterday, but I wanted to save it for the weekend. So here we are on the weekend. But and thank you for 4 years. Whether you are a longtime follower of the channel or recently, thank you regardless. So uh, you can post funnies in the highlight. Oh no. Oh no. But let me explain really quick what's going on with the membership stuff. I mean, I don't know how much of this I need to explain. There's really not much I can show. Like, I really don't have much that I prepared for this because really all we had to do for memberships was make sure we had some emotes ready and also some badges. I mean, I could have also used the regular badges that YouTube has, but there's no flair to them. There's no flair. There's no personality. So I opted to have some made by me. I actually made some of these assets, guys. So give me a break when I show them to you. What? So I remember I started watching VTubers in September 2020. Really? Yeah. I mean, okay. Here's the thing. When I first started, yes, I considered myself a VTuber. I kind of sort of acted like a VTuber. These days, though, I don't really see myself as a VTuber. Yes, but I mean, look at this. Look at this. I'm not exactly on camera, but this is my most comfortable form. And you can say PNG tubers are still VTubers, but at the end of the day, I'm more or less, I feel more like just a regular streamer. Technically a VTuber, but I just consider myself a streamer at the end of the day, a regular streamer, right? Like to me, a VTuber has a little bit of acting to them, but the only acting I do is voice acting for what the heck happened there? Visual novels. So take it what you will. Take it what you will. But let me show you the emotes and stuff. GMG showed all the available emotes so far. If we do get a second membership, which is apparently a very low bar for expanding emotes, but one member, less than two memberships. These are the emotes you get from that GMG is showcasing. I'll show you the bigger one. Once we get two memberships, we get more emotes. And because the bar is so freaking low, I went ahead and asked for more emotes to be made. So let me show you the emotes that we have made. Shrink. You should have made a PowerPoint, but we're not making a PowerPoint. Anyway, so I got my friend Mars, otherwise called World's Dominator. I think she might be a little bit chuny, but I asked her to make some emotes. The first four up here are the emotes that are currently available. Now, the other two emotes right below that will open up when we have two members. So funny how that works. It just opens up. And then I made a few more because I feel like it's not really a meme, but it was said enough that I just made separate emotes for O, F, and C. Maybe it was because of gematria in Blue Archive, but I feel like early on in the Blue Archive streams, I really hammed up the voice acting. I haven't been doing that as much recently. I'll try better. I'll try better. Less accuracy, more hamming. So yeah, OFC, of course. And you can rearrange that if you want to. I think did my Scrabble on the OFC and it's acceptable. Ooh, look at that boil. Look at that thing boil. Nice. I was surprised that you started streaming when I started watching. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it was such a weird time, and I had such high aspirations at the time that I just kind of slowly sunk into reality on what I actually wanted to do with this. I just wanted to chill with this. I just wanted to chill with this. I mean, I may have mentioned this before, but originally before the pandemic started, um, I wanted to be a vlogger, and but because the pandemic started, couldn't exactly do any vlogging during those years when travel was restricted. So, what do? I I guess streaming was a thing. Hololive was present at the time. Hey Ruby, thank you for the membership. Thank you for the membership. We have a custom Uwo emote, by the way, and Stream Elements is weird with its Oh wait, I see the Stream Elements message. Maybe you don't see it. But okay, now all the emotes on this page are available. So, but I guess at the time when the whole VTubing streaming thing started, I'm gonna shrink this thing. I'm gonna talk about badges later, but I'm gonna shrink this thing so that you can see the lovely food boil. Let me. Where's a good spot to put this? What's a good spot to put this? We'll just shrink it a little bit more. It's hard to tell how much real estate this thing is taking up on screen because I see a small screen. It looks tiny to me, but it might look bigger to you guys. I never did figure that out. But anyway, I mean, when the pandemic started, I was supposed to be going to Japan that fall. Well, Japan and Korea that fall, and didn't get a chance to because of the travel restrictions that started going up when people were like, "Oh no." Me personally, I thought COVID was going to resolve itself when, like, by fall, because when the bird flu virus was a thing several years back, it pretty much went that way. But I didn't realize COVID would be this super serious thing. So it shut down everything, couldn't travel, and I was like, okay, what do I do now? I wanted to go to Japan, but I couldn't go to Japan. And somehow or another, I started seeing clips, I guess, from Hololive at the time. I forgot who I saw at first. A lot of people at the time said they saw Matsuri and the whole P thing, and then they saw Rusha. But me personally, I don't think I saw either one of them. I forget who though. Hey Fangy, welcome. Have to lurk, but congrats. Thank you. Um, but yeah, gotta be honest with you. I blame most of the stuff with COVID on government. But here's the thing with the COVID though, it did spread. However, it spread from you know where, and that you know where was trying to keep things under wraps. So it's their fault still. I'm gonna have to say it's still their fault that it got as bad as it did, because they were saying, "Oh no, nothing bad happens here," and their people were like going everywhere, traveling the world, and you know the rest. You know the rest. So it affected everyone, and thankfully, I never got COVID during that time. Now, I may have. I'm not. I cannot confirm this, but I may have gotten COVID when I went to Japan last year, for about a week, and it was the like. I feel like I got it after I met up with some other streamers, and I felt it a little bit the next day, and it really hit me afterwards. It only lasted 3 or 4 days. And I was super, super out of it. And I had to stay in the hotel room for one entire day just to make myself get a little bit better. And I still wasn't perfectly good the day after, but I was there I was there in Japan, doing my solo part of the trip because I was traveling with family for the first part, and I only had a week to myself. So it's like, okay, we're gonna go out. We're gonna be wearing the mask, and I'm gonna feel terrible, but I'm gonna try to enjoy as much as I can while I'm sick. I don't know if it was COVID. I never tested for it, but if it was COVID, it hit me like a truck, and it was absolutely terrible. So, but it could have been also just a flu, but it's hard to tell. It's honestly hard to tell. Let's see. Only way it affected me was in college life. Ooh, dorm life is terrible. Besides that, going to the gym, going out like normal. Think got it once, regular flu. Yeah, I thought it was I think mine was regular flu too. So but I honestly don't know. Turning into a fish so I don't catch an airborne disease. Now, actually, fish do also have their own diseases, but the thing with fish is that they have parasites. Parasites, um, what do you call this? Are much worse. Oh, I didn't. I'll read the. I didn't realize there was a separate section for AMA, so I'll read through that later. I'll read through that later once we start getting food and stuff. Um, so yeah, what would you rather have a parasite in you as a fish that pretty much eats your entire tongue and replaces your tongue, but you can't really figure out if it's a tongue or not? Because that parasite also needs to eat, and they become your tongue. At least for one particular fish. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Number vtuber. I have no idea what that means. Yeah, you don't want to be a fish. Big fish eat small fish, and unless you are the big fish, it's not a good life for you. Unless maybe you're a clownfish. I don't think clownfish have any predators, especially since they live mostly in the coral, not coral. What is it? Sea anemones. Even if you're a puffer fish, that's bad life for you. I think lionfish may be okay, but the thing with lionfish, people even eat those. And they just kind of trim the poison away. So you're not safe regardless of what fish you are. Is there even any fish that might be safe? I think if you're a giant squid that lives like way down under, I think you might be mostly safe until a sperm whale gets to you. Because sperm whale, I think either sperm whale or blue whale, I forget which one, eat giant squid, and well, let me just say it's not a good life for them. They will fight. That's where all the kraken and the whale mythology comes from, and they will fight, but they will eventually lose. Blue eat krill. I think whale shark eat krill. Blue whales eat krill. Yeah, it is sperm whale. It is pre sperm. It is sperm whale. Sometimes squids do kill the whale. It's pretty rare though. I think squids lose 9 times out of 10. I'm making that up, but I feel like they do. Orcas where it's at. This is also true. Orcas are the top whales if you want to be a whale. I would not want to be an animal, but if I had to be an animal, orca's probably it. I don't think anything go after orca except for people. So, um, what was it? How did we get to fish? How did we get to fish? Where was I? Anyway, I started VTubing out of thin air. And it's like, okay, I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. And as soon as I got into the scene, it's like, holy crap, there's all these other people I've never heard of. And I feel like so lost just doing my own thing while everyone is like pandering to their own followers or pandering to people in their own ways. And I just like, no, that's not the life for me, dude. That is not the life for me. And I feel like I've been doing my own thing for the past 4 years. No. And you know, at the end of the day, I just feel satisfied doing my own thing for my own silly reasons and stuff like that. Like not everyone can do the pandering, and I'll be honest, guys, I might do some fan service, but that's the fan service I do is because we enjoy the same things, not because I'm trying to be sexy or whatever or anything like that. Like I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real with you. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. um, but voice acting, I kind of like voice acting skits and other written dialogue stuff. That's what kind of why I asked for what do you call this creepy pasta stuff, and then I realized, oh wait, I can't do all the creepy pastas. Well, maybe I still need to look over the SCP logs and see which SCP logs I want to do. I still want to do those, but I haven't had time with all the crazy stuff that's been happening. So I need to find time. No idea what VTubing was at first. Stumbled into a whole separate world. It really is a weird world, to be honest. I mean, the first ones I saw were Hololive ones, and EN didn't exist at that time. It was all JP. I used to watch a lot of Corone, and I think a little bit of Pekura. I don't watch them anymore, but I still take a look a little every now and then what Corone is doing, and I get some clips that of what's been happening recently with Hololive GTA, which is kind of hilarious. Not gonna lie, like if you haven't seen the Corone Hololive GTA clips, check them out. It's funny. It's funny. Um, the ones I usually watch these days, as far as VTubers are concerned, are mostly Fauna. Actually, I like Fauna. I like her vibe. So I mostly watch her. Yeah. once in a while I'll watch other people, but she's the one I feel most calm with. And she and I feel like for the most part we have mostly the same interests as far as content. Minus the ASMR. I tried doing ASMR, but it's so tough to come up with good ASMR, to be honest. So it's like, okay, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe this isn't for me because I'm not coming up with good ASMR is really tough. I think there's like random sounds ASMR and also what do you call this? Um, Roleplay ASMR. I think that's a thing, but I don't know if I want to go that route. It's that the roleplay ASMR gets a little weird sometimes. It would be fun to try. I think I tried it once, but I don't think I can keep it up. I cannot keep that up. No, I've never. I'm Gura was never my type of streamer to begin with. She just never was. She just never was. Nothing against her. Nothing against her. It's just I just don't vibe with it. Ame, I think recently has put out a statement where she's not exactly graduating or anything like that, but she's still, she's not gonna be doing any active content anymore. But she's still gonna show up once in a while. I know a lot of people are devastated about it. I respect her as a streamer for all the for all the things that she's done. But yeah, we'll just kind of see what she gets up to. I think she has things that she wants to do, so that's pretty much it. But I do feel like a lot of people were devastated about it when that happened. I feel like if Corona ever does that also in the future, I will probably also have a hole missing in my heart for that, because I like her. I like her. And I guess recently there was also Aqua from Hello JP, and I have an acquaintance who was super super into her, but when she decided to leave, it's like, oh crap, this can't be happening anymore. That's I feel like I feel like VTubing also has, whether or not you actually make it that way, has a little bit of idol culture thing going on. And idol culture, I think for the most part, people think it's a little bit toxic and stuff, depending on how the fans are. And I can see that some fans do get pretty darn wild. So I hope we don't get to that point, but I can't exactly control people. But I feel myself just like, I'm just here to chill. You guys are here to hang out, and I just want to be someone you can just chill with at the end of the day. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. What do you call this? What's the word called? Sometimes I what is the word called? Um, Rant. I haven't ranted in a while, but I feel like a lot of unfortunate things happen every so often. So I hope you guys don't mind that, but I guess a little bit of ranting isn't too terrible. Is it cow fat? It might be cow fat. It's some kind of fat. It feels like at least pork fat, but we won't know until we actually try it. Idol culture sometimes feels a little boogeyman-ish. Is it really? I honestly am not familiar with it. I just know for physical idols, like AKB48 and stuff like that. I hear wild stuff about that. However, it's not all bad. There's literally some people as in the idol portion. Now, if you've seen some Oshinoko, which I haven't seen any, I think Oshinoko goes over a little bit of the idol industry and stuff like that. Now, there are some people who literally do that to rise to stardom, whatever, do the next step in show business, or just because they wanted to give it a try. I personally, if I ever get to that point, I'm like, you know what? This might be fun. I want to give it a try also. But me personally, like I said, my heart is still being a vlogger. I have not had a chance to actually try to do any proper vlogging, and I want to do that someday. I have all the equipment. I just need to get the courage to actually do the vlogging and the patience to actually do the editing for said vlogs. I still have footage from the last couple of trips that I need to go through and try to feel like try to put it together. I don't know if I'll get to that point with how busy I've been making myself, but and there's also the gag reflex of cringing at your own footage, whether or not you actually speak. If you're gonna be using it for any type of content, the gag reflex of cringing to your own videos and footage when you want it to look a certain way but feel like you can't is strong, is extremely strong. It's almost the same way as listening to your own voice. I don't know how many people have listened to their own voice, but for the longest time, I thought I sounded different, and then I listened to my own self in my own recordings, and it's like, oh my gosh, I sound like that, and I had to actively improve my vocal quality, but it's gotten to the point where okay, this is acceptable. I accept this voice as myself, and I can listen to it um, for a decent amount of time, even a long amount of time, depending on how I do it. Sound weird AF? Hey, everyone sounds weird to themselves. The question is, how do people perceive you? Even then, it does. Some people might think you sound fine, but you know, normal people don't really think about that for the most part. But there are people who have a certain voice quality, a certain tonal quality that just makes them a little bit more attractive, regardless of whether or not they try to. Oh hey Daishima, welcome. Thanks for the curry raid. We're making some hot pot right now. It's technically not hot pot. Let me show you the packaging. I think this is technically a noodle thing that you can use as a hot pot. 800 mLs of water does not make a hot pot, but this is more like a personal hot pot, so I think I haven't put the noodles in yet, but we have some tofu skin, we have some meatballs, and all the other packages in there. We haven't, but these are the noodles that still need to go in. It looks bigger than it is because it's so close to the camera. And I don't know if you've ever had an issue with crashing your PC because you tried to stream with two cameras, but I'm going to figure that out. I'm going to try setting the second camera to 1080p or even 720p and not 4K, and hopefully that doesn't crash it. Because right now we're streaming with one camera, and after 1 hour plus, I haven't crashed. I crashed almost immediately when I started the stream earlier with two cameras. So that's got to say something, right? That's got to say something. Anyway, I do like to just chill, watch these odd games. Yeah, I do like the odd stuff here. Nothing wrong with streaming the usual streamer games, and I do tap into those once in a while because I want to see what the big deal is with them, you know? But like I said earlier to a question, what makes a game stand out to me? Unique mechanics, or at least interesting mechanics. It doesn't have to be unique. I feel like there's not that many unique mechanics in gaming these days. There's different ways to mix it up. But unless you think about it too deeply, it's gonna feel different, but not necessarily unique. Maybe I'm saying that wrong, but anyway, it's that kind of thought process. I'm kind of thinking of also from the game design perspective, which makes me sometimes sound like, hey, do you have a lot of experience in game design? Not really. Not really. I have friends who are game devs. Like one is actively working on a game, and it is being developed, I think, by themselves. I don't think they have a team. So solo dev, but going to be published at some point. I'm kind of wondering what it is. I think it's a visual novel, so might check that out once it releases. But I do have a lot of game dev friends, and I dabbled into the whole trying to do game dev mechanics and stuff like that, but I can't write a story to save my life. I feel like I can do a little bit better these days, but I haven't really tried and sit down for it because I'm too deep into making game mechanics make sense to me. There's the gameplay loop, there's the little details on how things work. I tried to make an RPG a long time ago in RPG Maker, and that project crashed. And I lost all motivation, so I never picked it up again. So, but I do have notes on other ideas that I want to do eventually. There is that. Rubberneckers will always plague anything that become popular. What is a rubbernecker? I actually do not know what a rubbernecker is. So yeah. But yeah. I mean, as far as idols are concerned, it's not all bad. It's not all bad, but you hear about the bad stuff more than good. For the most part, I feel like people try to get big too quickly in the content creator sphere, whether it be streaming, whether it be VTubing, whether it be anything. But I feel like what I've learned these past 4 years, at the end of the day, you got to do it for yourself first. And then once you have enough people that are supporting you, like you guys are, you also got to do it for them too. Like in our case, Blue Archive, I guess. But I still also have other little things I like to experiment with. So there's that too. I can give you an explanation, but I think it'd be better to look it up on Google. You mean the idol culture stuff? Yeah, but I mean, there's one person I know who's an active streamer that is really really into the indie idol scene. Oh, Rubberneck. Okay, yeah, I'll check it out. There's one streamer I know who is really into the indie idol scene in Japan, especially, and it's kind of like indie streaming, indie VTubing, whatever you want to call it. Um, so I kind of get what I kind of get it, and for the most part, that scene is very wholesome. Now, I won't say there's no competition or anything like that, but it's a mostly a very wholesome scene as far as fan interaction and the idols themselves go. And they might be doing it for themselves, they might be doing it for other reasons, but yeah, it's interesting. Person who looks at something in a stupid way, especially a driver who drives more slowly to look into an accident. I feel like there's a very specific etymology here, but I feel like this might be something else. If you turn your head to stare at something, you're a rubbernecker. The classic example of a rubbernecker is someone who turns its head to look at a car accident while driving slowly past it. I do not know what that entails, but I guess it has something to do with stupidity, which I think almost all of us fall into a little bit sometimes, especially when you just kind of want to see a burning car wreck down the street while you're doing something else that probably needs more attention. Yeah, I think I kind of understand what you mean when something happens, like, oh no, this person's getting really popular, let's jump into it. I guess the other word for that is bandwagoning. I don't think we hear the word bandwagoning these days, um, but it's a similar effect. I feel like, unless I'm thinking about that incorrectly. Um, but yeah. Anyway, it was let's just say the first few months of streaming was very very lonely. Um, and I'm just kind of glad it got to the point where it's not so bad anymore. Even if no one else was watching, I could still do the thing I do and enjoy the thing I do, as long as someone else might hopefully pull up the VOD and put me on the background, because I feel like I'm doing that also to other people. I can't catch streams all the time, but I do try to watch or listen to VODs that I find interesting. So that's also kind of the reason why I'm trying to go into videos a little bit more. Like I need to reduce my schedule to like 4 days eventually so I can actually do more videos and actually have time to sift through videos, clips that I have made, make vlogs, that kind of thing, other video type of content. But for now I have too much stuff I want to do as streams. So that's why I'm streaming. But at least I managed to get it down from 6 days of streaming to 5 days of streaming, which has been very helpful. Extremely helpful. But yes. I'm back from cleaning so I can properly greet you. I was making coconut curry. Nice. Figured it was fitting considering you were cooking as well. Yeah, I don't know if the hot pot is. I don't know if the hot pot meat is okay. The meatballs look cooked, but I haven't tried to see if it is ready. I might have to add a little bit more water. It has been simmering on low for the most part. Oh, I think I might need to add a little bit more water, but we're gonna go ahead and add the noodles to it. And give it a few more minutes, and then we'll check the, we'll give it a taste. We'll give it a taste test. I don't think I'll be able to finish all of this today, but that's not the point. That's not the point. I do feel like there's going to be a lot of evaporation here because I haven't put a lid on this. So I do have some hot water ready. Maybe I'll add another half cup if it feels too low. I think these noodles, it says 8 minutes. That can't be right. It might be 4 minutes, but maybe it's 8 minutes from start to finish. I'll give myself 8 minutes from now just in case, and then hopefully it'll be fine. Anyway. Bandwagoners, yeah, but in a more modern context, rubbernecker are the types that join in just to watch drama and sometimes feel, oh my gosh. I really don't like that kind of almost feels like a little bit like mob mentality, you know? But I think people are a little bit too comfortable being online these days. But and when I say be comfortable, too comfortable online being anonymous, right? And not having to face the consequences of their actions. It doesn't matter which side it is, but I feel like even there was a time, even in early day internet, where people still were a little bit held accountable. But these days, people are just looking for drama just to look for drama, and I do not like that. I don't like that. But what are you gonna do? You just have to be. You just have to like keep your head high and keep going forward. I suppose, as the thing might go. What was the thing? What's the thing called again? Keep calm and what was it? Keep calm and carry on. Definitely words to go by. Yeah. All right. So there were some questions in the questions tab. Let me check that out. Do you live alone, bro? Does it look like I have someone with me? I don't even have a pet. Pets are, I mean, for me, pets, I can't take care of a pet. It's just not possible. So, yeah. What did you do to Shota Ruka clone? Shota Ruka is in the storage. He's no longer here with us. Congratulations on membership. Thanks. I was actually explaining what the emotes and stuff were, but I guess since we have two members now, can someone say wait, the other emotes should be available. I'm not sure why it's not showing up yet. Maybe it shows up later. Or maybe it's more than 2. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's more than 2. It should unlock soon-ish anyway, so might have to refresh. Let me refresh my chat here. No, it's not showing yet, but maybe it'll show up eventually. Anyway, I was showing the emotes. By the way, these are the emotes. The first 4 are definitely available right now. The two below it, eventually, maybe. And then the last 3 letters I made myself. They look smaller because they are smaller. There's a weird scaling issue with emotes to what's shown in chat, so I had to take that into account. And if it looks rough, it's because I made it, and I'm no artist, but it works. It works. YouTube doesn't let you upload emotes in advance. Oh, does it not? Let me double check. It probably doesn't actually. Let me double check. If it's not, then I can do that later. Let me double check here. Memberships. Where are the membership stuff? Oh, it might be an overview. Where are the freaking emotes? where the emotes go? I actually do not know where the emotes went. How do I add more emotes? I'm gonna have to look this up later. Oh, it's over here. Memberships, levels. Ah, this is why. This is why I haven't added the new emotes. Okay, I'll add those later. I will add those later. After the stream. It's too much to do right now. I also wanted to explain the badges a little bit. Like, you see a carrot right now when you first start. Wait, has it been 8 minutes? No, it's only been 4 minutes. It's only been 4 minutes. We're good. Okay, you see a carrot right now, but the carrot is going to change very drastically. So let me just show it to you really quick what the badges look like, and I'll explain from there. It's not showing yet. There we go. Reset. Reset. Okay. So these are the badges. I made all of them myself. Now, if you look at the badges after 1 month, it doesn't make much sense, does it? It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But let me explain. The idea with the badges, I know badges are kind of just like random stuff that people do, but I wanted it to do something. The idea with the badges is kind of an evolution over time kind of thing. We start with a carrot, right? We put the carrot there as bait, and this thing comes down from above. That's why it looks like it's speeding downwards. And after 2 months, it just kind of appears. And 6 months, it's settled down. And after 12 months, it finally gets into its final form. So after 24 months and years later, apparently you can do up to 5 years of badges and stuff like that. I'm just showing you what happens after 1 year. You get a halo. Pretty much. What does a halo mean? Why did we turn into a rabbit? Well, it's a very little known fact that people in the channel are called travel bunnies. You may not know that, guys, but you technically are travel bunnies, as in travel buddies, but travel bunnies instead. And why do you get a halo? You're not dead. I promise. You're not dead after 24 months. You get a halo because we are very heavily influenced by Blue Archive these days, and so you become a rabbit with a halo. That's why. And the halo also will change in the future, but I'm not going to show that because that's too much to take in. I feel like showing you 24 months is a lot also, but yeah, that's the explanation for the badges. So And I made all this, and it is very pixely because it's all pixel art, and I'm surprised that I'm surprised it actually came out as well as it did, and it shows decently at freaking 20. Is it 24? I feel like it's 24. At 24 by 24 pixels, which is insanely small. I made sure it looked somewhat decent at that size. I feel like one of those cats that grows up around dogs, only to be told years later that he is indeed a cat, not a dog. Has that actually happened? I feel like that's kind of funny. I think it's been 8 minutes, so let me put these membership stuff somewhere. Other than the badges and the emotes, I didn't make a separate thing for member benefits, but I think I may have mentioned it before. But I'll quickly explain member benefits once we get a little bit of food. Let me move over to the cooking table. Okay, chat is getting moved on my side so I can see you. Screen also getting moved. They think that any animal besides them growing up is just another cat. But no, it's a dog! Okay. Lower down the heat. I think I lost some water, but let me taste it first to see if it's too concentrated or not. Or you know what? That's actually a decent amount of water, despite the I think over 30 minutes that it's been boiling. It is a little bit oily, but that is okay because we have a lot of animal fat in here. Let me give this... Where's my bowl? I have a bowl. Let's give this a try. Let me give this broth a try. Mmm! That is strong! Very beefy. Not very spicy, but pretty spicy. If you don't have any tolerance to heat, this is probably gonna be a little bit too much for you. But it's got a nice heat to it. I think the noodles aren't all the way cooked yet because part of them were above the liquid, so it didn't quite cook. I'm just gonna let it soak in there a little bit longer so that it cooks. But I think there's some of it that should be okay. Some of it should be okay. Okay, let's try some of these stuff. First things first, the meatballs. I'm a little worried about the meatballs because they started from frozen and we were cooking at a pretty low heat, but it's hot pot level heat. So hopefully they cooked thoroughly by now. Let me give this a shot. And if I had the second cam, I could show you a little bit more of a close-up, but this is how it should go. I think it's cooked all the way through, right? It's cooked all the way through. No danger of any food poisoning here. Cook your ground meat thoroughly, guys. What is it called? Medium rare burger? Don't eat that stuff. I think it's a thing, but I wouldn't trust it. At least not in the US. Not in the US. We don't have enough mushrooms that came from the pack. But let's try this little mushroom that we got over here. You know what? I might toss in the quail eggs now that I think about it. You know what? I did promise a hot pot with MREs, and I haven't used a single MRE ingredient. So, where's my quail egg? Where are my quail eggs? I don't think there's quail eggs. Where are my quail eggs? That's not it. This feels like it. Okay, that's one. I know I have a second one somewhere. Okay, I think I found it. I think this is a quail egg. If it's not a quail egg, I might still put it in there. Let's try. That is not a quail egg. What are you? Oh, it's the meat! Oh, the meat was just literally a small little thing. Go in. Go in! That's not enough meat for the amount of rice that they had. I think technically this was supposed to be warmed up in hot water so you can get all that fat to be melted. And it tastes like corned beef. It tastes a little bit like corned beef, but it's already cooked, I'm pretty sure. So the only thing this does over here is heat it up and breaks it apart, but that is pitiful. Because we had a Chinese MRE a while back that had a bigger chunk of meat, but this is not it. This ain't it. It's extremely tiny, but all you need is a little bit of heat. Let me at least give this a shot. Good, actually. Pretty flavorful, pretty tender. It's a little bit sweet. It has a weird aftertaste. I don't know if I should be worried about that. Yeah, the weird aftertaste is kind of worrying me. But it's in the pot already, so I can't take it back. Anyway, hopefully this is the... Hopefully there's the quail. Oh, we got quail. Oh, crap. The juice should not have gone inside the pot there, but there it is. Quail egg is already fully cooked, pressed, hard boiled. I'm just putting it here to heat up a little bit on the side. I'll just 3 quail eggs should be okay. Here's a tofu skin, guys. If you haven't seen tofu skin before, this is what tofu skin looks like. It literally looks like skin, and I wish I had a second camera to show you the side profile of this thing, but let me spread it out. It looks kind of gnarly, right? But trust me, guys, this is like the best thing ever. They're a little expensive. I wish they were cheaper, but good tofu skin is usually, at least in my experience, already pre-fried, and you just have to like reconstitute it and stuff like that. But this holds a lot of flavor and has a pretty nice texture. That is good. That is some good tofu skin. And I still have one more pack. It's gonna be worth it. Alright, thick nudes. Look at that. I don't have enough noodles in here, but if we run out of noodles, we can always open up the MRE pouch and get the rice from it to have a little bit of carbs to go with this. But here are the noodles. Very long, pretty thick. Not the thickest noodles I've ever had. I think I have another package of thick noodles in the pantry that are maybe twice as thick as this is, if you can imagine that. And it makes for absolutely great noodles with a thick sauce. You don't want to use it with a thin soup, you want to use it with a thicker sauce, or at least heavily flavored sauce. And this is great for that. It's also very hard to get. It's also very hard to grab a hold of. Oh crap. It's splashing everywhere. Let me see. Trying to clean up a little bit as I go. But, okay. Get this. How big is this noodle? I don't want to get more than one strand, but I feel like it's a little difficult too. Yeah, I'm splashing everywhere. Okay, come over here. Okay, what's the best way to do this? What is actually the best way to do this? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna eat straight from the pot. This was how it's supposed to be made anyway. Eat straight from the pot. Instead of putting it in the thing. Alright, where's the end of this? Here's the end of it. Oh, wow. It's long. Holy crap, that's long. I don't know if I broke it or that really was the end of it, but holy crap, that was a long noodle. Very long noodle. That's great. Oh my god. I kind of want to break open the rice now and just put it in here, but I probably shouldn't do that until all the noodles are gone. Oh my gosh, I kind of want to eat this all on stream, but I don't want to eat it on stream either. Oh my gosh, that is good though. Oh, by the way, I got a couple more things to show you, food-wise. So, with the MRE stuff that we got as a replacement, I also got this. Actually, no, this wasn't a replacement. This came with the confiscated package. I'm guessing this is a Norway chocolate. I don't know if it's chocolate or not. It says Coca-Cola, so maybe cola flavored chocolate. And I'm guessing this is a thing in the can. I haven't opened it yet, so I don't know. I haven't tried to look up what this is because I want to show it to you guys. Excuse me. I want to show it to you guys and experience this together. So there's a little plastic thing around the can. Gotta take that off. And it opens up like this. Hopefully I don't get that in the chocolate. Not in the pot. Hold up. Okay. And tin can. And I had a feeling it is chocolate. Look at that, guys. This, oh, I need a picture of this. Hold up. I need a picture of this thing. Let's see. Probably shouldn't be doing this on top of the hot pot because it's gonna melt it, but look at that. Rings! And they're actually pretty hard. It's actually hard chocolate. It looks like there's two layers here. There's a top layer and there's a bottom layer already all cut out. It smells like a little bit like dark chocolate, which is a good thing. Then again, I feel like European chocolate in general is dark-ish, or at least has better dark chocolate content. But look at that, it's thick. It's basically like a pizza. It's a chocolate pizza with ridges. That's on the hard side, but it's good. Crap. Save the chocolate, save the chocolate. Now we have spicy chocolate. I can't say that goes too well. Not with the spicy broth here. Now I do know there are curries that use dark chocolate or milk chocolate. Would not put it in this spicy hot pot. That's just sacrilegious. That's just too sacrilegious for my taste. But the chocolate stuff was good. Chocolate stuff is good. Would recommend. I think you can actually find this by itself. It's not a ration or anything. This is just a regular chocolate you can probably find in the grocery stores. Also, I think at one point when we talked about chocolate, no wait, it was during the Valentine's thing. During the Valentine's Blue Archive event, we were talking about different kinds of ammo chocolate. And because I think one of the chocolates in that game was like a bullet, a chocolate bullet. And so I got this. I got a 12 gauge shotgun chocolate because I wanted to give it a try. There was also another one where it was like rifle bullets, but they didn't look very good as far as their shape goes. It wasn't very authentic. It was just like, it's a rifle bullet in a tin can. But there was also another one that was like a revolver with other chocolate things. It wasn't all separated out. And I would have gotten it if it wasn't too expensive. It was like $50 for a revolver chocolate. And I think a pack of 8 ammo bullets that go with it, which wasn't worth it. This one is a little bit cheaper. And 5 shotgun shells of chocolate. What is the brass color? I think it might be actual chocolate pieces, but I'm gonna open this and I'll let you know. But this is plywood, I think. Plywood packaging. 70% cocoa content according to the packaging. 70% cocoa content. One serving is 1 bullet. And 1 bullet is about 140 calories. Now you just need the choco shotgun and you have a full Kurt Corbin kit. Who is Kurt Corbin? Or Kurt Cobain? I have no idea who. I think I've heard that name. I don't know who it is. But oh yeah, I may as well shout out the manufacturer because there's no other covering on the chocolate here. There's no thing. It's just plastic. So I had to figure out a way to I have to figure out a way to preserve these. But if you guys want to try it yourself, I got these from Etsy. But if you want to go directly to them, here is their info right here. Iron Choco LLC. Their website is over there too. And best before next year, apparently. And they're from Wisconsin? Wisconsin. There you go. There's the info. Okay. I like the packaging. Very nice, very sturdy. For some reason we have a lot of styrofoam. I don't know how to get this out. But I think it has something to do with opening it that way. Trying not to put it in the hot pot. And the shotgun shell is fairly solid. I was hoping for the bottom to be a little bit more detailed than that, but I do appreciate the brass part. And the little detail on the top part of the chocolate. Look at that. I don't know if this is accurate. I don't know if this is accurate, but this is what we got. So, and it feels solid, doesn't melt to touch. However, this did ship with an ice pack. A reusable ice pack, but it did ship with an ice pack. I don't know how I'm supposed to eat this though, so... it's hard. Oh, they're hard. I don't think I can bite through that. There we go. It tastes okay. It's not great. The texture is pretty good if you like biting into chunks of chocolate. Maybe I should try biting it from the other side. Oh crap, I ate the entire thing. Well, the brass cap and the details, easily tuned through. It doesn't taste metallic. It just tastes like chocolate with a bunch of other stuff. Thanks for the gifted, G&G. Thanks for the gifted. Salty, you are now a member of the channel. Oh, they're not bad. I like it. I probably wouldn't get these again, but they're good. They're good as a gift. Would get this for a novelty. Thanks for dropping by, G&G. Have a good rest of your day. But, yeah, this is mostly a novelty. I think it's not even it's not like super good dark chocolate, but it's okay dark chocolate at the end of the day. So I can't complain too much. And it does kind of feel nice being able to bite into a shotgun shell made out of chocolate. Can't complain. Oh, okay. Well, that's 140 calories worth of bullet. Apparently, I think shotgun shells sell for about 50 cents to $1. So if you get like a pack, a pack of 100 bullet shotgun shells, they cost like $50. It's 100 bullets, but it's $50. You know what I'm saying here? It's expensive, and I'm pretty sure you can burn through 100 bullets pretty fast, even for a shotgun. Like who is going to shoot just like 5 bullets or 8 bullets at any given time? No, you're probably gonna be using the entire thing in a shooting range, or even more than half of it. Guns are an expensive hobby at the end of the day. So I don't have a gun, but I have looked it up, and I don't know if it's not something. I mean, I do think it's a neat collection to have if you're really into that. I just like looking. I have a lot of chocolate in my mouth, so let me get some of this. Turning off the heat, losing a lot of water. I think this is a good amount of liquid to have. I could add a little bit more liquid to have a little bit more soup, but I think this is fine. I will probably eat more of this later and save some. But there's noodles. I'll eat all of the noodles, but the rest of it may have to be lunch for tomorrow. Yeah, that might be a thing. But let me get a little bit more of this hot pot though. We got some MRE meat in the quail egg. Meat was super good, super tender. After it got boiled and soaked up all that soup over here. Nice. The quail egg is a little bit softer than I remember, but that's because we let it cook in the pot a bit more. If you don't cook this down, which is okay, it's extremely snappy, but it also feels really cold, which makes sense. But it's still a little bit snappy even after being cooked. But now it has a little bit more flavor because of the hot soup, and it's warmed up. We'll do that again. We'll definitely do that again. Noodles. Oh my gosh. That was one long noodle. Let me see if this tofu skin got any more flavorful from being soaked in there. The longer these tofu skins soak, the better. I feel like you can't really overcook these. But it feels like sometimes you would be able to overcook them. Hot. Oh, very hot. But very good. 10/10 hot pot. Would do again. I would probably use for the hot pot not meatballs, though meatballs are easy to grab. Would probably use sliced meat. I thought a little bit about actually getting some Wagyu some A5 Wagyu for this hot pot, but my budget is a little bit too strained right now from all the other stuff I've been getting for video stuff. So maybe another time. But I have done A5 Wagyu on the stream on the channel before. So if you want to check those out, I think I have maybe two streams I did that for. It's in the VOD somewhere. It's in the VOD somewhere. Anyway, let me go back to the desk and quickly explain what the membership stuff entails. It's not a whole lot, and I really don't know what to put with it other than the badges and the emotes. But there are some other things I do want to mention and probably get some ideas if you guys have any other ideas. Let me move over really quick. Heat is off, so it's not whatever is boiling here is just residual. Thankfully, I don't need to lose any more water, but I will be feasting on that later. Okay. Alright, I do not have a slide or a picture for this, so this is gonna have to be done the old-fashioned way, written out in text on screen. So, let me also move some things here. Where did I put my notes? Where did I put my notes? Ah, okay. Membership benefits. Because I feel like I should do something, but I know not everyone does it, but anyway. Membership benefits. Here we go. We'll just put that on screen as so. This is a very short list. This will be a very short list. Okay, the one that you know of. Emotes. We already have those. We already introduced them. And I need to upload some more after the stream, so gotta do that if it's available. It should be available. Let's see, number 2. Badges. Sure, standard stuff. Okay, okay, for the most part, I don't really want to have any content be behind membership things. Maybe once in a while, if I have something private to talk to members and stuff like that, I'll do that. But for the most part, not really stuff behind membership. The one thing though that I will give members, I guess if you want to call it early access, because I'm probably gonna share it in the future after it, or maybe it might be exclusive if I don't decide to share it. Is trip photos whenever I go on one. Whenever I go on one. Which I feel like is a pretty simple thing for me to do. And I used to post pictures a lot on Twitter, but I feel like most of the people that were following me on Twitter didn't really care too much about them, so it's like I kind of stopped it because of that. So instead, I will give you the photos, but only when I go on a new trip. I have a bunch of photos from previous trips, but I do bring those up in stream every once in a while if it's relevant, and I'll keep doing that. But let's say I go on a trip in a couple of months or something like that. I will put up pictures in the community tab for members if I remember to do it. And if there's something I can share that I really want to share with you guys, so that I can kind of bring you on the trip with me as I do it, kind of thing. I do have an Instagram, but I don't post on it like I used to. Also because the new Instagram account that I'm using, I just don't feel inspired to post on it. I have another Instagram account that I used to use way back when, for myself and for family, and I could release that, but I'm not going to. because there's also some personal things there. So yeah, but at the very least, new things. You might get photos. I don't know if I can put videos, but videos. If it's videos though that I'm willing to share, I'm probably going to give it to you guys early first, and then everyone else will get it later. I think that's a thing that some people do. I gotta play around with ideas, but that's really all I got. That's really all I got. So if you have any other ideas, please let me know. But for the most part, I don't want to gate it as much as possible. So yeah, that's pretty much it for all the member stuff. But Hot Pot was great, and I hope you guys like the emotes. I think you can add more emotes later. I don't know what what the requirements for that are. But as we grow, I'm gonna have to think of some with you guys. But this first batch is this is it. This is it, as well as the emote stuff. Anyway, I don't think I have any. Are there more questions? Do not see it. I think I already said thank you to Ruby and G for both the memberships as well as the gifted. So thank you again for that one. No more AMA stuff, so I guess I can close that for now. I mean, keep asking me questions, but I feel like I haven't used the AMA. What do you call this? Option before, so I figured I'd try that today. But I kind of see how it works now. Hey Rori-san, welcome! How's it going? Welcome, welcome. We're actually about to end the stream here, but I went over the... Oh my gosh, the cats. Welcome. Oh my gosh, I feel bad now. I was about to end the stream, but maybe I can hang out for a little bit longer. You're gonna have to watch the VOD though for all the little details that I've mentioned. But we made Hot Pot, as you can see from the back over there. I also crashed twice today, once before stream and once right at the start of the stream because I tried to do a 2-camera setup. And the second camera was crashing the entire computer, probably because I had it set to 4K. And the video card said, no, you cannot set one camera to 4K. You have to lower the resolution down, and I need to figure out if I can lower the resolution down without crashing the entire thing. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that out. I don't know if I can lower the resolution down. If I can, that'd be great. Oh, you know what? I can also probably disconnect my... No, but I need the webcam for things. Oh well. But yeah, I'm gonna upload more emotes because I think I'm allowed to upload more emotes now. But just as a review, really quick, these are the emotes that we will be having initially on the channel. If you want an explanation on these, I don't think there was anything I explained really except for the OFC, which is of course, and it's more like, I don't know if it's a Blue Archive meme, but we've said it enough in the chat whenever things happened. So I made those specifically. I think everything else seems to be fairly, what do you call this? Fairly self-explanatory. There we go. Fairly self-explanatory. Badges, quick recap on the badges. I made all these myself, so please just keep that in mind. If they look so pixelated, they look weird. And yeah, these will be... If you want an explanation on these, you're gonna have to look through the VOD. You'll just have to look through the VOD for explanation on these, but it makes sense, trust me. Lacaz, thank you for the thanks for the membership. Thanks for the membership. You will be a weird furball in a few months. Just FYI. You get the carrot first, but you're gonna be a weird furball later. Yeah. But the hot pot was good. I'll say that much. The hot pot was good. Would recommend. doing that. I tried to do MREs in it, and I kind of did. It wasn't as expected, but I kind of did. So, but that is gonna do it for me today, guys. Thank you again for dropping by. Thank you for all the memberships today. And also thank you, most importantly, for the 4 years on the channel. Whether you are new to the channel or whether you've been here for a while, thank you all just the same. I would not have been here. I would not have gotten to this point if you guys were not here, and I think that's pretty much true for anyone who does content creation in general, not just streaming, just content creation in general. So thank you again. And I hope to do this for as long as I can, basically. As long as I can. Excuse me, my throat's starting to act up with all the food I've eaten, especially the shotgun chocolate, the shotgun shell chocolate, which is probably the worst thing for me to eat during a stream. But that is going to do it for me today. We will be back tomorrow with Blue Archive. I think I have a waiting room on that one. We'll be doing a event that has a past event, and not the one that just got immortalized recently. And I think there's another event coming next week, so we will also be doing that. So more on that on Blue Archive Day. But again, thank you all for coming. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being there. And I'll see you all next time. Bye bye, everyone. See you later.